now rocking with your brother Jehoshaphat. What is good, family? What is good, family? Now, for today's topic, man, I hope that y'all came to the prayer hour, 9 o'clock prayer hour. It really, as long as you be in assembly with your brothers and sisters in Christ up over here, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be there that long. I'm coming out with a bleeding heart for you because I want to see you. I can't physically see you, but if you just show your spiritual form in the presence of this 9 o'clock prayer hour, you don't know how much you will be blessed. You know what I'm saying? I know my brothers and sisters out there are being blessed. So, and we gonna talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to come to this 9 o'clock prayer hour, I ask as your brother Jehoshaphat that you pour out your heart to your Father. It's a lot of people crying. It's a lot of people being healed. It's a whole lot going on at this 9 o'clock prayer hour. And if you can only understand, if you could just fathom for a minute how important that this is. Now, if people did it 2,000 years ago, why are we not doing it now? That's cool. That's all right. But I ask my brothers and sisters that you send some prayers up. And you know, whatever you send up, it's going to come back down. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come back down in God's blessing with God's grace. Come get a chance at this 9 o'clock hour to magnify your Father. Pour out your heart to your Father. There is no keeping no lies from the Father. So I ask my brothers and sisters that you come show yourself and your spirit and send up these prayers to your Father. Magnify your Father at this 9 o'clock prayer hour with all your brothers and sisters that love God the way that you do. You know what I'm saying? And for some of my brothers and sisters that don't go to church, you should really be taking this time. You should really be taking this time to dip on in and get some of these good prayers. Get some of these good blessings and get some of this good praise. Now, I had a question that I always ask myself, family, and I wrote a little bit. You know how your brother is. I wrote a little bit. I'm gonna explain a little bit, and if you actually gave feedback, I would be appreciative. But if not, oh well. Now let's go ahead and get into this, family. They say that money is the root to all evil. How is this if money is a piece of paper that has no worth? It's not worth its weight in gold or silver, but a simple federal note that carries more debt than value. We as people are willing to do to get and keep this paper of no real value. People are willing to kill, to steal, to lie, plot and plunder on ways to take from the needy and people who are without. Some people spend their whole lives wasting away for riches that they can never keep or use. What a waste of a life. People become evil to keep their riches no matter the cost, and whomever they might have to destroy to keep what they have. I always used to wonder if the rich people don't give into the needs, and where this thirst to have more than what a person might need comes from. And I have found out that it's not so much on the earthly possessions that they might obtain, but that their lust for power and control is the real reason for their greed and lust to have power over those who don't have any. And the more money they have, the more control and power they get. So this is why they only want more and can never be free, because their sin and lust causes them to be a slave for a dollar bill. Be grateful that you will not let money be the reason why you live unhappy with no peace, and is the one who is truly controlled by a dollar bill. So for this, money is the root of all evil. Now, family, family that listen to me, I always used to wonder in my life, I'd be like, man, why is it that rich people only want to get more and gain more and get more? I always wondered that, why. And then I wondered why they say money is the root of all people, but root of all evil. But look what people are willing to do for money. People will kill you for money. People will steal from you for money. They plot and plan and ponder. They do all of this malice, all of these evil, wicked things just to get money. Some people will sell out their own family. Some people will turn their back on their loved ones. Some people will divorce their husbands and wives over it. Look at the Melendez brothers. They was willing to kill their own parents for a dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? So to a certain degree, I understood when they said money is the root of all evil. But I never understood why rich people are so damn greedy. You know what I'm saying? It's over the power, family. With money comes power. And this power, and I always wondered, like, man, they got $100 million sitting in the bank. What are they doing with all that money? You know what I'm saying? They're not giving it to nobody, and there's no way in hell that they can ever spend it. So my mind just wondered and wondered and wondered and wondered till God gave me the answer. And the answer was, the reason why they so greedy for money is it comes with power. They want that power. They want that power over you and those who don't have. Straight up. So the reason why they are so greedy for a dollar bill, and this is not the poor people I'm talking about. They're willing to kill, steal, and destroy to get a dollar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about them. They're willing to sell their own people out. They willing to sell you poison that'll kill you. They willing to kill you just for the goods that you have to get more money. It's some people that will kill you over drugs, family. You know what I'm saying? That will kill you over drugs to get money to buy drugs. So yeah, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the rich folks. The rich folks get more power for each more money that they get. That's why they so damn greedy to get a dollar bill, for the power of control over other people. But check this out. For their lust for the dollar bill, they dig themselves an early grave. You know what I'm saying? There is no heaven for them. They receive all of their heaven right here on this earth, so they better have as much fun as they can, because where they going, it's not $1 billion that'll be able to get you a cup of ice water. So you better enjoy the little power drop. And this power, family, this power that they receive. Now, they already a slave to the dollar bill. They already a slave to their lust. Now, the power that they receive for this money, they're not even doing nothing good with it. So if you have millions upon millions of millions, and I always wonder, man, what is you doing? Some of these people got money and they buy homes. They don't even live in a home. Why would you buy a mansion, Beyonce and Jay-Z? Why would you go ahead and buy a mansion and you don't even live there? You got 3 mansions, and you see people out in this world that don't even got a pot to piss in, or a roof, or a window to throw it out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no roof over their head. They ain't got nothing. But these people got so much money, and they spend it on homes and luxurious stuff that ain't nobody got. And it's the power that goes along with it. But why be greedy? Why let your greed let you be going to hell for it? You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't understand that, family. You can't put a price on heaven. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing that is in this physical form that would be better than stepping into just the gates of heaven. You know what I'm saying? You're not even actually all the way in heaven yet. You just stepping through the gates. There is nothing upon this earth that would be more valuable than a person making it to heaven and actually stepping through the heaven gates. So they better enjoy all they greed and all they lust, because they have become a slave over their power. They have become a slave to their own money. So be grateful, family. Y'all hear me say it all the time. Be grateful that you wasn't born rich. I'm telling you this because that is a gift from God. Okay, we covered that. I only got 2 things that I want to talk about. Now, before I get into this next one, family, I just want to drop this tidbit of historical facts on you. You could do your research to look in it yourself. And so you could either take my word for it or look into it. You're going to come to the same conclusion. But do you know, my brothers and sisters, that Harriet Tubman was an actual spy that was working for the North to spy on the South? And that leads me to the conclusion. How stupid was the South? You know what I'm saying? How stupid was they if they let Harriet Tubman be a spy amongst all the great things that she did in her life with freeing her people and bringing liberation to her people? She also was a nurse in war times, on the battlefield, in the war zone. She was an actual nurse. Okay, let's go ahead. That's just my little bit of historical fact I want to drop on you for today. This is your brother Jehoshaphat. What is good, family? What is good, family? Now we only got 2 more that we gonna go over with our show for today, unless something else is brought into my attention. And if God gives me the energy and the strength, I will bring these things forth. Now check this out, family. Confederate leaders on the preservation of slavery and white supremacy to their own new nation. In the early 1861, Vice President Alexander Stephen unapologetically agreed that the preservation of slaves and white supremacy were the cornerstone of their nation. Can you believe that, family? Slavery was the cornerstone of this nation. And all right, I ain't even gonna get into that. Let's keep on going. Images of slaves on currency in the 1860s was nothing new. Since the beginning of 1820, enslaved blacks were on currency notes in southern states. So my question here today is, why is it so much pushback to get Harriet Tubman on the back of a $20 bill instead of that child rapist Andrew Jackson? Just because you make something legal does not mean that it is right. Okay, let me stop there. Now, Andrew Jackson, he was a rapist. You know what I'm saying? He raped underage sisters. You know what I'm saying? Young black girls. I can't even call them young black women. Young black, how can I say it? Adolescents. You know what I'm saying? The adolescents. Andrew Jackson was a rapist, and he is celebrated in this country. You see him on the back of a $20 bill. So when you see Andrew Jackson, you looking at somebody who thrived on racism, who was a pedophile, and who was a rapist, and got away with it. And let me tell you, American people, something. I hope you are listening quite very good. Just because you can make something legal does not mean that it is right. Now, if it is not right to you, how would you think God would feel about it? Andrew Jackson was a pedophile rapist who raped little girls. I hope that it's a special place in hell where he's being raped himself for all eternity. That would be complete justice for the rapist, murderous people that's in this country that is being celebrated as these legendary icons. Just celebrated. They celebrated this damn rapist pedophile, and he's on the back of your money. How do you feel about your country now? You should feel some type of sympathy for my people. You should. But America is so damn cold when it comes to historical facts, especially when it comes to my people, that it turns a blind eye. And just like I said previous, just because you can make something into your law does not mean it's right. Okay, let's keep on. Damn rapist Andrew Jackson, damn pedophile. Okay, let's keep on going. Just because you make something legal does not mean it is right. Why so much pushback to get Dr. Martin Luther King on the back of a $5 bill? What would been better for us as black people? Obama being president, even though he did nothing for the black community, or the finest of us on currency we can see? How much more prouder of a people would we be to see that? And if we were good enough to be put on money as slaves, why not as free people? My bad, partially free. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't feel that we completely free. We'll be free in this country the day we have our own nation. We'll be free in this country when we're able to determine for our own people their futures. When we can build it up and determine it and come together and do these things without being hated on by white supremacy. Remember, your ancestors' hard work and everything that they sacrificed in this world is the cornerstone of Americans' wealth, of Americans' culture, and Americans' privilege. You know what I'm saying? So it just leads me back. Now, if we as a people were good enough to be put on the back of a dollar bill, why are our people not on money in this day? And I ask, why is it so hard? Why is it so much pushback to put Sister Harriet, the icon, legendary Harriet Tubman, on the back of a $20 bill instead of a pedophile and a rapist. You know what I'm saying? A pedophile and a rapist. You would rather have the General Andrew Jackson, a pedophile and a rapist, on the back of your money to sell. Now, is that you celebrating the horrific ferocities of horror that was committed to my people? So is that the reason why you put this rapist on the back of a $20 bill? I don't know. I'm just asking my family out there, if you get this message, how do you feel about this? Why is there so much pushback to see Dr. Martin Luther King, who stood for his people, who took all of this harsh treatment just to free he couldn't free us all the way. He said by his own words that he released us into a burning house, but to get some justice for his people, to get some justice for his people, why is there so much pushback to see Dr. Martin Luther King on the back of a $5 bill? Why is there so much pushback? And he did so much for this country. Now, if we was good enough to be put on currency in this country in the 1860s, in the 1820s, maybe even before that time, maybe I need to peer more into this to see, you know what I'm saying, to see what was the actual date. But that's the latest that I could actually get, was 1820 as far as research. But if we was good enough to be put on the back of United States currency that really doesn't carry no value, because it is not worth its weight in silver or gold. If you look at it, it's not really worth. If anything, a dollar bill is debt. That's how I look at it. You got a dollar of some debt. So why is it so much pushback to see Dr. Martin Luther King on the back of a $5 bill? If your people was good enough to be on currency in this country back in the day, they sitting there fighting and debating and feuding over the matter, but we was good enough then. Why do they think we not good enough now? So that was what I wanted to bring forth. It was two more things that I wanted to talk about, but those things escaped me right now. I would have to get back into that later. But peace and blessings to all my brothers and sisters out there in the world. Let Jesus be upon your heart so you can express this love. Let the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, be with you in all of your actions and all your righteous judgments. Let the Father be with you so you can submit yourself and for you to fear the Father. The only way that's going to keep you to act right is for you to fear God. People who don't fear God do whatever they want, and they will suffer because of it. You know what I'm saying? They will suffer because of it. Okay, it's one more thing I'll say to you. It's an old saying, and it says that a fool and his money is soon departed. Is this true? Go ahead and comment. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and comment how you feel about that statement. Now, this has been your brother Jehoshaphat. Y'all make sure y'all have a peaceful, blessed-filled day. You want to do something special for your boy today? Come, you know what I'm saying? Come get some of these blessings. Come glorify your Father. Come magnify his name. Come get some of these blessings at your 9 o'clock prayer hour. Now, this has been your brother Jehoshaphat. Let peace and blessings be upon you all.